A new era is upon us here at the Chasing Daylight podcast. Got some new equipment we're trying out tonight. We're going to see what happens. That was a little loud. This is the Chasing Daylight podcast. What is up, fellas?
What's up?
What up?
So we got some new stuff we're going to give a try with tonight. For those who have been tuned into the show for a while, we have been using Squadcast probably last year? Was it about a year?
Yeah,
maybe 10 months or so.
3/4 of a year.
And they went through a huge update, which totally respect any company that's willing to, adapt to the changing times. But holy crap, did the update
had some
suck.
issues.
It was horrible. Last week's audio was completely jacked up. Instead of taking 30 minutes to edit, it took me 3 hours. It was just really, really terrible. And I don't think it was going to get any better. So I reached out to a couple of the Facebook pages that I follow that do podcasting, and somebody suggested Riverside. Okay, so I checked it out. Wow, I could see why Squadcast needed to update, because this is legit software.
A lot of stuff going on. I mean, we've been having issues with Squadcast for at least the last month.
Dude, it's been bad. Mm-hmm. Joe started getting this horrible feedback for no reason whatsoever. Then the audio was clipping.
Yeah, for some reason, like the headphones I'm wearing right now would feed back, but now I have the headphones on.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I mean, I did get a new audio interface, but yeah.
So we're trying to make
going
sure
through some stuff for sure.
Yeah, it was so crazy. If anybody that does any podcasting or producing and editing wise, you have different tracks. And so my track was perfectly fine, and then Joe's would just jump ahead 30 seconds for no reason whatsoever, and the audio file was the same length. It was really weird, and they had no response to it, and we're like, sorry. And we thankfully, this is something that we do for the love of the game, and we all love chat and golf. This is not a something that we're using as income to support our families, but there are people out there that do podcasts that supports their families, and I can't believe that a company like Squadcast was willing to throw an update out there that wasn't ready.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it was bad. So enough about that. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Swell. Yeah.
Swell. It's first day back to school for the kiddos. I know Jeremy got some young tykes, and my girls are starting their 8th grade and 11th grade year. So
wow.
Yeah, I'm old. So it's a pretty exciting day around here. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go to bed, but we're gonna knock this out. So any big news that you guys wanted to chat about that I may have missed on here?
I mean, other than the massive lawsuit, but
what do you think is going to happen with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's going to just go into litigation or some crazy thing and just last forever. And it's going to be a problem.
Like Taylor,
settlement.
I was listening to Friday today. They had an episode that went out Friday that was really good. They were talking a lot about LIV, and actually it was more about the playoffs, the FedEx Cup playoffs. And Taylor Gooch is 20th in the standings. Hasn't played since May, and he's 20th in the standings. And Ricky Fowler got in because of these players didn't get their points. So what happens if this lawsuit comes and they have to let them play?
Yeah, true.
And do you tell Ricky, hey, sorry, buddy,
sorry you're out.
Go home. Thanks, but sorry, you can't play.
Well, they're definitely not going to get the lawsuit settled by the time the playoffs start. I highly doubt that. So Ricky's playing.
That's why they did it, though, because that's why they pushed it through so fast, because the playoffs were coming.
Well, what do they have? A week?
They have till Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no way.
No way it's getting through. So, but the repercussions of it, I mean, like, who knows what could happen if they do win the lawsuit, and then, in a month, it's like, well, I could have played, I could have won, the $17 million FedEx Cup bonus, but you didn't let me in. I mean,
in 2 weeks, he could still be top 20.
Yeah.
And be in line for a spot in the Tour Championship. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Everything LIV is very interesting to see.
Yeah. What did you guys think of Sir Nick Faldo's sign off?
I'm actually a fan of his. I like listening to him. So sucks that he's leaving, but I think it's pretty damn funny actually to watch. It was very emotional and funny, and I was just laughing the whole time.
Yeah, I know the other guys kind of felt how I felt when Joe was crying in the airport about Bandon. Like, here's this grown man sitting next to them, just tearing up. It's an awkward situation, but 16 years is a long time.
Yeah,
give the weird awkward hug.
16 years broadcasting, number 16 Bandon. I mean, 16 might be the number, but
that could, yeah.
I'm not the biggest Faldo fan. I mean, I do appreciate what he's done and how he's played, and I do appreciate the square shoes. Taking a leap into something different. I'm kidding, but he has had some.
He didn't give a square shout out, did he?
No, he has had some terrible calls and very awkward moments, but that's probably why we appreciate him a little bit. He's been around a long time, and it was cool to see. I didn't get teary-eyed like some people, I'm sure, but it was definitely fun and interesting to watch. And Nance, like the king of like non-emotional like tears, like you could see him, he could speak through Tiger winning, like coming back out of nowhere at Masters and just like deliver the line, and he's not going to shed a tear. So
he's so clutch.
It's so just clutch. Like Nance is a suit of armor and Faldo is a soft teddy bear. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
I don't get choked up about much things, but one of the things that just gets me is when you have the troops coming home and surprising the family. Like when the kids at the assembly at school, and I just start welling up like a baby. But I can see Jim Nance going, "A moment for the ages as Sergeant Master General returns."
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the kid stuff gets me nowadays. Now that I'm a dad.
Oh yeah, sure. It's absolutely. I mean, it's hard to. Anyways,
just wait till you drop your kid off at kindergarten.
I was mad because some of the moms around my neighborhood were posting pictures going first day of school
Trulies in the street after dropping them off.
No, they were at the new whiskey bar, and I was like, "Hey, where was my invite?" Yeah, this
Drop
is like
the kids off in a Truly party in the middle of the street.
This is like a vacation for me
on a Monday. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so as we mentioned, the playoffs are here. The FedEx Cup Playoffs are here. I was going to do a game about did they make it or did they not. Have you guys looked much at who made it, who didn't?
Not too much, no.
Okay, so I'll say a name and you can let me know if they made it or they did not. Okay?
Okay.
Cameron Champ.
He made it.
I'm going to say no.
Oh. Let's see, hang on. Oh, sorry.
He won this year.
New tech. So that's for Joe. Jeremy, yeah, he did not make it. Let's go with Zach Johnson.
I think he missed it.
Yeah.
Did not make it. Harris English.
He missed it. That's the one I did see.
Yep.
The King of Sea Island.
The King of Sea Island. Okay, let's go with Scott Piercy.
He made it.
I think he missed it because he Needed to win that one.
Jeremy got that. He did make it. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe.
Hold on, he missed it.
No, he made it.
Oh, he made it.
Yeah. Justin Rose.
Miss.
He did make it.
How the hell?
Do you know what spot he is?
94.
Hmm.
Let's go with Lucas Glover.
Missed.
Made.
Yeah, he made it.
I'm terrible.
Sorry, Joe. Brant Snedeker.
We're Nish and Chris, two very amateur golfers, on a quest to play the top 100 courses in the UK and Ireland, after Chris set this challenge on a drunken Saturday night in my kitchen. Join us on our frequently humorous journey of a lifetime as we grapple with the logistical and financial challenge of playing some of the best courses in the world, as well as grappling with our games, because let's face it, it's never just about playing, sometimes the score matters too. Listen to the Top 110 Golf Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm just going to default to Jeremy.
Missed? Yeah.
Missed. Yep, missed. Yep.
He did not make it. Garrick Higo, UNLV kid.
He had to have made it.
Yeah.
Wow.
European Tour win. Had
That's
one
true,
PGA
that's
win,
right.
but European Tour he did much, much better. And then Joe, I know this is a little sad for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very surprising.
I
very
mean,
sad.
he's 300-1 every week. It's
There's
shocking.
a reason.
Mr. Harry Higgs did not make.
One of the greatest entertainers of our time.
Yeah,
on the tour.
He did not make it.
He's gonna get starts though. Like people are gonna give him sponsors exemptions and stuff like that. I'm sure.
Just for the entertainment purposes alone.
Yeah,
but is that credible? I mean, should he?
Yes, because he's Harry Higgs.
What about Duffner? Should he?
No.
Yeah, that's bad. So I looked Duffner on the season, 22 events. How many cuts did he make?
22 events. Yeah,
22 events he played in. How many
4
made cuts?
3.
No, 6. Made 6 cuts. Missed 16. But last week we never really came to a conclusion about who the last back-to-back champion was. It was in 2019, but it was Brendan Todd.
Yeah. I actually had that. I just didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Oh, well, always
because it was like later in the show. But yeah, Brendan Todd. And then Xander won back-to-back of his starts, but not events.
Not events.
He was the last player to do that.
Correct. So that covers the notables and not notables that made the FedEx. Grayson Murray, much to Kevin Na's enjoyment, did not make it, so he'll be going back to the Korn Ferry Tour again. Bubba Watson, of course, he left, so it doesn't really matter.
Speaking of Korn Ferry, everybody that listens to this podcast, let's root for Harry Hall this weekend.
Yes.
He needs 7 points to get his card. Right?
Yeah.
7?
Yeah, 7 points. He needed a make cut and a top 50 at this last event. I sent him a message today. He didn't get back to me. He's having a little birthday celebration. So
yeah, just celebrated his birthday.
Happy belated birthday. Old. Yep.
Yeah, and I thought it was a really good post where he said goodbye AVIV underage fees. So 25 is that is one of the highlights of 25 for sure.
Yes, it is. You can rent a car now, and
let's go Harry Hall. Everybody root for him. We need a few points.
It was great to see the Korn Ferry Tour on TV. It sucked that there was such a delay because he was playing in the afternoon. They had the rain delay, and then they cut it short because, God forbid, we have to get some Champions Tour footage in there. Time restraints was a little ridiculous, but it was nice to see him playing. Didn't have his best. You could tell he was just a little off with the putter. he's a damn good putter. I mean, he's not Jeremy, but he's a damn good putter. I know, Jeremy. We'll have to talk about that later, Jeremy. You're still debating on the putter.
I putted
Shaft.
pretty
coming,
good
it's
yesterday.
coming.
We'll talk about that. But I think it's coming for sure.
Okay, so the tour wrap-ups from this last week, we had Jo Hyung, who, well, what's his last name? I forgot his last name. What's his last name, Jeremy?
Kim? M?
M?
Hyun? Yum?
One
Son?
of them?
Just call him Tom. That's his American name.
Oh, okay. Tom. 20 under, won the Wyndham Championship, shot a ridiculous 28 on the front nine,
Tom Yum?
which was insane.
You know, he had a quad on his first hole of the week.
Yes. And they said it was the first player since 2018 that had a triple or worse and ended up shooting under par.
Mm-hmm.
So, hello. And his win actually helped Ricky because he doesn't have FedEx Cup status. So the points not going to him and going down. And there was another player, I think, that finished third or fourth that also didn't have status that helped Ricky squeak into that 125 spot.
What did he do? Did he go like 6 under through his first like 5 holes or something like that? I saw some kind of stat.
When? On the first round or?
I don't remember what round it was, but I saw something where.
Dude, he shot a ridiculous round on Sunday. I mean, it was just.
Yeah, I think he went like 6 under through 5
9
holes
under.
or something like
shot
that.
9 under.
Yeah, he was 9.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, and his name's Kim Ju Hyung. It's going to be a household name.
Kim Ju Young?
Ju Young.
Yeah.
This is
Kim Ju Young. He goes by Tom.
I like Tom much better.
Tom Kim.
Call him TJ.
Tom Ka.
Tom.
That's a Thai soup, just so.
Yes, it is.
On the DP World Tour, Callum Shinkwin at 12 under won the Kazoo Open, supported by Gareth Bale. Andrew Kozan at 21 under won the Utah Championship, presented by Zion's Bank. I got little notes on him. So, Data Golf, I like to go on and look because they don't update till the afternoon. So in the morning, you can go on and look and see what their tourney predictions were. And the kid who finished second is who they predicted to finish first. Like, oh, that's pretty damn good. Well, where did they pick Andrew Kozan to finish? They didn't even have him making the cut. And so I looked, 13 of his last 14 events on the Korn Ferry Tour, he missed the cut.
Who did they have as winning? Was it Patrick Fishburne?
No.
Because he's a Utah person, and every year it's like Patrick Fishburne's going to win this. But there was a few Utah people up there. But
one of the Korean players.
That's the thing, man. Anything can happen, dude.
It's crazy, right? I mean, he's missed 13 out of his last 14 cuts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not playing professional golf. That's you're thinking about what am I going to do this winter for money, right?
Yeah.
And then pulling out a win. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
and beating some solid players. Anything can happen. You just find.
I mean, the game can just come alive, like just randomly. It's crazy.
All right,
but
and
good
then
for him. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a rookie on the Korn Ferry Tour, so I mean, that's a hell of a way to wind your season down with a W.
Did you see the video of what was that? The Lauer dude that made bogey on the final hole and put him outside. It was his rookie year on PGA Tour.
Yes.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I mean, he had 7 feet maybe to make a putt, something like that, and he just split it across. I mean, golly, man. I mean, it's tough out there, totally tough. I mean, under the circumstances, tons of pressure, but to miss it by like 1 is something to deal with for sure.
Gonna be thinking about it for
a very long time. Very, very long time.
Ashley Buhai, South African, won the AIG Women's Open. It was a 4-hole playoff. I wish I would have finished watching that. I was watching it and then had to go do some stuff, so I didn't get to finish it. It didn't look like it was going to go to a playoff, but that would have been. And Muirfield just looked such a good golf course. And then Jerry Kelly at 9 under won the Shaw Charity Classic. So the locks for this last week. Yeah, Joe, what's up with that? Or end of the season, so you just don't care? Is that what it is?
I'm just going for the long shots, I guess. Yeah.
So you had Harold Varner. He missed the cut. Jeremy and I both had our players finish at 13th. There he comes. Yep, we can hear you. Welcome back.
I have a pop-up that says your computer is not allowing Riverside to record. Please refresh to continue recording.
Wow.
So I refreshed and it logged me out. And then it said
weird.
It didn't have permission to use my mic and camera.
New technology, see? Issues.
Let me refresh again.
You're going to have to sign a
no, you're fine. You're fine. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, the recording thing is just, we're not doing it for...
Just write a doctor's note to Apple. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just tell them, look, motherfuckers.
Hey, dear Tim Cook. My computer.
As long as you guys can hear me.
Oh yeah, we're good. We were just covering the locks. Joe had Harold Varner that missed a cut. You and I, with Aaron Wise and Scott Stallings, both finished 13th. So we made a little bit of ground. I am 793 points behind Joe. Jeremy is 1,136 points behind. But last year, this is where we ended it, and I was the winner. This year, we're going to go into the playoffs, and we're going to do the playoffs. So
regular season winner, though. I got the pennant.
Yeah, you got the pennant. You got the
Okay.
regular season title. And we're going to go to the playoffs, and with 2,000 points up for grabs for a playoff victory, the standings can switch quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There was no changes in the FedEx. Nobody needed to play to gain any ground. It wasn't going to matter. Scotty Scheffler wildly ran away with the title for the regular season FedEx champ. There was one change in the OWGR, and Xander Schauffele moved into the top 5. That was about it. Jeremy, you want to go over what's happening this week on Tour?
Yeah, so of course, FedEx St. Jude Championship, which used to be, which one?
It used to be a WGC event at South Winds.
Okay, and they moved it and replaced.
Firestone.
Yeah,
it was Firestone, and then it went to this TBC South Winds 18, 19, 20, and 21, or 19, 20, and 21.
Yeah, TBC Southwind in Memphis, 7,200 yards, par 70. Seen a lot of stuff on Instagram, players out there practicing and doing all that. Course looks amazing, as always. So it's kind of that exciting time of the year where we get 3 weeks of amazing coverage and courses and competition.
Yeah, I put down here in the notes, Finau is the event's defending champion, not the course defending champion.
That's right.
Abraham Answer was the last person to win on this course, the WGC in 2020.
Yeah, because he won at Liberty.
That's right. It was Northern Trust was last year, and then they changed it to this.
Then they changed it to this. Yeah, it was at Liberty National last year. That's where Tony won.
Cool. Yes, so FedEx Cup, and then DP World Tour. There's obviously going to be some of the guys at FedEx, but is the ISPS Handa World Invitational presented by AVIV Clinics.
This is also an LPGA Tour event.
Oh, that's right.
Yep,
they have mix. A couple of these.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's two separate tournaments within one tournament.
Yeah. Kind of curious if the PGA would ever do this with the LPGA.
They need to.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they need to.
Yeah, so this is at Galgorm Castle Golf Club and Messerine Golf Club, Antrim, Northern Ireland. Daniel Gavins is the defending champ.
Yeah, you want to go over the women's defending champion?
Yeah. Pajari Ananarukam. Pajari Anannarukarn.
Brilliant, sir. Very good. Very good.
Nailed it.
You need would you like some hummus?
Some hummus. Lost me on that one. Sorry.
Yes. LIV Tour is not playing this week or next week.
No. Or the next
or the
week.
following week.
Or the following week.
Korn Ferry Tour is at the Pinnacle Bank Championship presented by Aetna Club at Indian Creek, Omaha, Nebraska. You would be sick as if they would play one of those super exclusive ones out there in Nebraska.
Yeah.
There isn't one, right, Joe?
Though. There's nowhere to stay out there.
Yeah, Sandhills is
nothing.
public. I saw Tron Carter from No Laying Up sending his son to kindergarten today with a Sandhills youth polo, which is pretty cool.
Wow. Did you see Dan's post on Facebook?
I haven't been on Facebook in 4 years.
It was hilarious. He's like, I get it. Your kids are going to school today.
Yeah.
So I sent him 2 pictures of my kids.
I'll have to text him.
Yeah.
PGA Tour Champions is the Boeing Classic at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge, Snoqualmie, Washington.
Nice.
Lots of trees.
Lots of trees up in the WA. Joe can attest to that. Well, he's in
Who won last year? Didn't Freddie win last year?
I don't know. I didn't look at it. Don't really care that much about it.
I know I don't care really, but just
let's find out.
Ooh, stat guy on it.
I feel like he won recently at least, but
yeah, I'll let you know on that.
Okay.
It would be nice to
Pampling.
Rod Pampling.
It'd be nice to be up in there in that territory because it's humid and hot down here.
Yeah, very humid.
Yeah.
Is this like normal monsoon season? Because I don't think since I've been here we've had one really.
No, you haven't experienced it, but yes, this is normal.
This is normal.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's wild right now, and it's supposed to get pretty crazy the next couple of days. But did you see the rainfall they had in Death Valley?
Yeah, I saw that.
Holy crap!
Cars stuck in the mud and
yeah.
It was like 1 year worth of rain in 3 hours, and it's like
I think it was like 5 years worth. 5 years worth of rain. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, once in 1,000 years, they said. I think.
Good Lord.
Crazy.
All right, let's take our break, and then we'll be back.
Hey, I'm Bob West, your Vegas golfing real estate agent. Over the course of a 4-hour round, I can help you with some tips to lower your scores. I can also help you with your goals when it comes to buying or selling a home anywhere in Las Vegas or Henderson. Reach out to me on Instagram at @TheBobWest or just send me a text at 605-881-5481. Give me a call. Let's play around.
Golfers, it's time to tee it up at Las Vegas Golf Superstore with all the hottest brands in golf at the best prices featuring tailor-made stealth carbon woods and irons. Callaway's Rogue ST collection of woods and irons, Titleist's T-Series irons and Vokey wedges, and Ping's G425 woods and irons. All this and more at Las Vegas Golf Superstore. Swing by and receive a free custom fitting today. Las Vegas Golf Superstore, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, or shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
It's a good thing I didn't record that break because then there's a little bit of issues with the Riverside. Not everything is perfect, but we're figuring our ways through it. So yeah, if this episode isn't everything that it should be and more, we apologize in advance for that. So it's a little let's talk a little golf we played since we didn't cover that in the beginning. I had the pleasure of playing with Joe out at Boulder Creek on Saturday.
Yeah.
The creek was in really good shape.
Really good shape. Yeah.
Except for the bunkers. I
wasn't in any, so.
Yeah, you were.
No.
Yes, you were.
Maybe one.
Yeah, exactly. You were.
But it wasn't bad.
It was the 8th
I
hole.
found a good one decently.
Yeah. I just had a couple that were.
Hole.
Yeah, the 8th hole.
I remember.
Yeah, I had a couple that just it wasn't good sand, and it's just frustrating when that happens. Yeah, I told
It
Tyson
happens a lot in this valley.
at Revere. Yeah. I'm not playing out of the bunkers until they fix them. I'm just not doing it because you could hurt yourself in those things.
Just mark them all.
Or others.
Repair.
Or others. That's what Jack was saying. He goes, dude, there could be rocks that go flying across the greens in some of these bunkers. They're so bad. So, but I tell you, the rough out at Boulder Creek is rough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was deep.
Oh my goodness. I had this, what was it, the 4th hole? Third hole?
Yeah, third.
The short par 4 on Desert Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
I had a wedge in and just pushed it a little bit, took a weird bounce right, and we couldn't find it anywhere. And how Joe spotted it, I have no idea, but it was about 4.5 inches buried in the rough. It was deep, like deep.
Yeah, you had to be standing over it straight down, looking at it.
Otherwise, you couldn't see it. And so I stand there and I took my 58 degree and opened it up and just took a chunk down, and it popped right up and landed just on the other side of the fringe. And I'm like, holy shit. And then it just proceeded to top spin, roll 70 feet the other way.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how much topspin that thing had on it. It was insane.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
But the rough is rough out there, but the greens were fantastic.
Greens were great.
Fairways were amazing.
Fairways were good.
It was a really good day. It was hot. There was no wind to start, and it was just ugh. But yeah, good times out there with the double par group from the VGN. Had 20 guys. So good times. I almost had a hole-in-one. Joe almost had a hole-in-one, and we both lost to the closest to the pin.
Yeah,
which was nuts.
Yeah, that was an interesting hole. I like literally couldn't have hit that shot any better. Definitely had a chance.
Joe hit his, and I thought it was in, and then I hit mine, and I'm like, oh wow, that's really good. And we're approaching it, and from the tee box, it looked like the closest to the pin marker was about 10, 15 feet past the pin. And we get up there and it's a foot.
Yeah.
And I was 2 feet and Joe was 2.5 feet.
Maybe like 2.4.
Yeah, 2.5. I have photographic evidence.
But yeah, we hit it tight in there. That's a great par 3. I love that par 3.
Oh, I love that par 3. It's so good. And then the 9th hole on the Coyote is another great hole. Mm-hmm. Hitting the driver well enough that I have the confidence now to aim down that left side and swing away. And played some decent guy. I didn't have a great front nine. Had a couple mistakes. One bad tee shot that led to a penalty, but righted the ship on the back and played okay.
Yeah, on the 9th hole on Coyote Run, I hit a birdie on that, which was, like a 12-foot putt for birdie. Got the net eagle and got a skin off that one. I was having trouble reading the greens, and even on that hole, I didn't know where it was going to go, and my body pulled it a bit, and it dropped. So thankfully,
yeah, everybody. I think everybody was struggling on the greens. They were
hard to read,
but they were rolling good.
Were they quick?
Yeah, they were rolling great. They weren't like super fast, but pretty good. But they were just hard to read. I don't know why. Nothing special to them, but it was just hard to read.
Yeah, I brought the Try Hot 5K Odyssey triple wide out with the BGT putter shaft, and I just wanted to get around in with it to see what it's like. And I mean, it's a good putter. It's definitely a good putter. It rolls the ball great, and my speed and everything was okay for the most part of the day. I had a couple easy putts that I should have made, but that happens no matter what putter I'm using. But looking forward to going back to the Olsen, because that just just feels at home. What I need to do, this is what I need to do. I need to text you guys anytime I'm getting ready to leave the house and go, remind me what putter I'm supposed to play today. And you guys type back, you're bringing the Olsen long neck. Go put it in your bag if you're not leaving with it right now.
Bring the Chasing Daylight putter because that's what you wrote a letter for.
that was last year. That's so last year. Or was that this year? No, that was last year. I don't remember. It's too long ago. Quit bringing up bad shit. Bad memories. So, Jeremy, you played with Dan out at Coyote Springs. Imagine that.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't been out there for a week. Yeah, we played Coyote. We played in a 2-man best ball and took second or third. Actually, I think we tied for second, but we didn't birdie hole 4, so we got third. Yeah, won some money there. Of course, got more balls. Now I have like 15 dozen Pro V1Xs. And yeah, it was good. I mean, it was super wet. They've got a ton of water out there. Greens were not as fast as normal. They were super soft. Shitload of ball marks, which is really odd. But a lot of unfixed ball marks out there.
Did you see Rob Chapman played True North, and he said that it was like Revere.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he actually completed a survey, and their director of golf reached out to him. Said, Mr. Chapman, thank you very much for the survey regarding your recent golf course experience. We take comments very seriously, and we thank you for spending your day with us. As we look at the greens in particular, we are asking our guests to fix their ball marks plus one other on each green. It would be helpful for each golfer to understand this particular issue, which would assist in her playing surfaces. We will continue to work on this area, and our hope is to see more consistent conditions for you. On behalf of the entire golf team, I'd like to thank you for playing with us. Have a great day. We hope to see you at the club soon. Kind regards.
Yeah, fix your ball marks, and then if you see another, fix it. It's not difficult.
Yeah,
it's so
You're
frustrating.
Already bending over.
Yeah,
it's like, how long does it take for you to even fix 5 more? Like 30 seconds?
I fix every ball mark I see in my vicinity.
Some people
within a 15-foot circle, I fix all those.
Some people just don't. I just don't think they care.
Yeah,
I think some people are
not
oblivious
in my line. I'm
and
not
don't
fixing
understand.
it.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like, someone else will fix it.
Yeah, and I don't know.
It's so annoying.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk all day about divots and raking bunkers and fixing ball marks, but.
So, and then Joe, you got around. Did you play Sunday also?
Mm-hmm.
Out at Paiute?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was Tom, Jared, Dan Foster, and who else was Steve? They were ahead of us, and then me, Jeremy, Dan, and Bob in the
Sunday crew.
Paiute was played very different than it typically does.
Oh,
very.
Is that why you played really well on the front?
It was, the greens were soft, like the softest I've ever seen a Paiute green in my life.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very interesting. Greens weren't breaking that much. They obviously weren't as fast. But yeah, it was so different because, when you go to Paiute, you got to get in the mindset of play short of the flag, and this time you played short of the flag and you were short of the flag. Like it was so different than it typically is. And when you fix a ball mark on the greens at Paiute, like it's kind of hard to get in there and fix it. This time it was just like putting it in some oatmeal and just moving it, fixing it. It was very different. Very, very different.
What did you think, Jeremy? Same thing?
Same. Yeah, same thing. I mean, there was so many spots around the green that you're chipping and it's just spongy wet.
Oh yeah, I had a chip. I was short of the green, and it just like I was in a soft spot, and it just like pulled up the rug, like just
yeah.
And it went like 5 feet, like just So far from normal
throwing beaver
Paiute.
pelts on a little chip shot.
So far from Paiute typical playing conditions.
He was crazy.
Yeah,
Still, I mean, it was a nice change from Coyote, but
well, they just had that AMT World Tour or whatever, where they had 2 days of play out there. I wonder if they softened it up for those guys, or the conditions. We've had the rain.
Yeah, there's just been so much rain. I think that's what it was. I mean, why change Paiute for what it is? I mean, I think the rain just got it, softened it up. But it was it was not typical Paiute conditions, which was fun to play in completely. I mean, not a lot of wind for us.
Well, you were lighting it up on the front.
I mean, I was making pars, but
you weren't making bogeys.
Yeah, until I hit a really bad putt on, I think 11, just terrible. Like I shouldn't have taken my time and like lined it up. I should just tapped it in, and I just pulled it a bit, and that was the downfall there. But we all on 10, 11, 12, that par 5 back there, we all had at least one very, very bad shot on that hole. Dan flew the green. Bob was in a bunker and he hit the lip. I topped a 5-wood. Jeremy, I can't remember what you did on that hole.
I chunked it out of the wasteland.
Yeah. We all had one really, really bad. I think we all bogeyed that par 5. It was bad.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was fun. I mean, it was cool to see it in a different situation than we typically see it. So that was obviously a good time.
Well, one change to my bag this last week. It's like it's a weekly occurrence. What's new in Matt's bag? So this week, the new components in my bag were some recoil irons. Got them installed, played with them, played with Reed out at Lexington, and I think 77, I'm pretty sure that's the best I've ever shot on that course. Was really happy with that. That was with the penalty and 32 putts. So game is definitely trending in the right direction. Aside from the front 9 at Boulder Creek, I've been consistently shooting in the mid to upper 30s. Or I'd say upper 30s. Very happy with it. And one of the biggest changes that I saw, and I even sent Lindsay a message like, holy crap, the ball flight from the recoils is just insane. It sends the ball so high, but I don't lose any yardage. And that's what was kind of freaking me out, because I had some shots into the greens at Lexington where I hit it and I'm like, go, go, go. And it lands pin high. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't think that was going to get to the green, based on the height and what I've been seeing from the Nippons. So yeah, very pumped about that. So I am currently have UST Mamiya driver, fairway wood, irons. I'm getting one of their 370 hosel diameter ES smack wrap that I'm going to put in the UDI. In the F4, and then I actually have some wedge protos that I'm mixing and matching right now, putting together. So I'm going to have some the wedge shafts back in there too. So Jeremy's grinning. What?
I was just thinking what we're going to talk about next week on Matt's bag.
Well, I'll be able to talk about.
Well, you'll have a lot of those, right?
What's that?
You'll have some new shafts. Are they actually going to be here?
Oh, I'm playing
ones
them.
That you're going to order? Oh, you already have them?
Yeah,
I know you have the recoils, but all the other ones.
No. Well, I've got the wedge protos in the garage. That's
okay.
That's what I'm working on now, and then the smack wrap 780 ES, I think is what it is. I can't remember. She sent it. That's going in the UDI. I'm not feeling good with the UDI. I've tried like 3 different shafts in it, and just doesn't feel comfortable.
Either. Yeah, I've got the same problem with that club right now.
I'm back and forth with my 3 or my 5 wood, because sometimes I hit the piss out of that and it's exactly how I want it, and then other times I don't, and I know it's just a confidence thing and not hitting that enough. I just almost done with the rearranging of my garage from the shop so I can get in there and get some practice. More work.
What about you, Joe?
Joe hasn't changed anything in 6 months.
And yeah, I've stuck to most of my things for the most part. The only thing I am curious to try maybe some like F5 recoils in the irons, gaining a little bit of swing speed over the past year, and I would like to try Ventus TR, which they just announced new ones.
New ones today.
Finding one for a fairway with my 5 wood. Maybe it's time for a new fairway wood, 5 wood head. Who knows? But yeah, I've stuck to most of my stuff for quite a while. Other than driver, I'm feeling good with where that's at. Totally. I feel good with most of my bag. I'm not a shaft debacle gate person. When I find something, I play it for the most part. And but I think really it's just maybe making the 5 wood a little bit better and potentially stiffening up my iron shafts.
Yeah.
See, your problem is really well.
Oh yeah, and that's what makes you not tinker, because you're hitting that driver better than you ever have.
Yeah, totally.
So there's no reason to tinker.
Yeah,
I was talking with Eric, and he was asking how the triad's working for me, since we're kind of in agreement that that's not the ideal golf ball that I should be playing. And I said the thing that I'm noticing with it is the good shots are resulting in, or the good swings are resulting in good ball flights. So, whereas with the Srixons, a good swing was being masked by bad ball flight. And it was the shaft, it was the ball, just nothing was working, even though the swing was the way it's supposed to be. And I was doing the right things. I just wasn't getting the results. And now I'm seeing that, a bad swing is the result is, I can tell now. I'm like, okay, that you didn't finish that. You definitely didn't close the face on that one. Because for the most part, I'm hitting the ball and it's going where I want it to go, which is really nice to see. It's not all over the place. So, but yeah, Joe, I can totally, I have no plans on changing my driver shaft anytime soon. Just if there was one thing that I'm a little concerned about, is I'm still hitting it a little bit high for a 9-degree head.
Yeah.
You can even see that on some of my shots. They're getting down the fairway, they're not, the 240.
It's more of a rainbow than a piercing rainbow.
Yeah. And I really have to shut that face down hard to get that piercing shot. And, but then it gets a little wild. So,
yeah.
So we'll find out next week when I talk about the UDI and see how it is. So,
Jeremy, what are you doing? Jeremy's got a bunch of debacles going on.
Yeah, I got driver shaft considerations. I've got my fairway wood department sucks ass. My T1 whatever U500 Titleist 3-iron driving iron. It's not the greatest club in my bag right now. My putter, I've been considering upgrading the shaft in that. I don't know which one I'm going to do first, but I don't want to do them all at the same time.
Baby
What
steps.
did you think of the new Titleist head? You saw pictures of that, right?
Yeah. You mean the driver and fairway woods?
Yeah.
So what is the difference with those? Is it
so between the 3 models?
Well, yeah, the new driver heads that Titleist. Is because they're still, are they TS2 something else now?
Yeah, so the one I have is the TSI. So they have the TSI 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're coming out with the new TSR, the TSR 234. TSR 4 is your super low spin. It's a smaller head, and it's really deep. It's a deeper head, so the sweet spot is super small, but it's the longest driver. Hard to hit. TSR 3 is kind of your middle of the road. It's still forgiving, but it's also still more of a workable head. And then the TSR 2 will be more forgiving, higher launch, stuff like that.
So which one are you going for?
Honestly, I don't know if I'll do it with the driver. I'm happy with my driver. I just need to get the right shaft in it. But fairway wood, I am interested in trying them. I probably won't get anything until those come out, which usually they come out in August or September. So I probably won't have to wait too long, but I've been considering like a Callaway. I forgot the model, the LS, whatever, STLS. I've been considering
PDQ, XYZ.
Yeah, I've tried Dan's Stealth out, but it's the Plus edition, so it has a non-adjustable neck, and it just sits closed. So that one's not working. So I don't know. I talked to Joel over at Robo and told him I may come in and get fitted for one, but I almost just prefer tinkering instead of getting fitted. It's more of a
my guy.
So
it's a little bit funner.
Yeah, it's more expensive. It's fun, but then
way more.
It leads to massive depression,
but when you find it, it's rewarding.
It's true,
and that's where I'm at right now. I'm being very rewarding. My handicap went from just about to creep over to 10 to 7.8, which, like, fuck, but I put together 5 good rounds, and they were all better than, so they all counted on my index. So it's like, shit,
Yep.
I was getting 10, 12 strokes. Now I'm back down to getting 8, 9. So
speaking of handicaps and Paiute, those tips were moved way forward.
Yeah.
So you weren't playing 7,000 yards?
We were playing yellow.
Especially the par 5s they felt pretty short.
Yeah, I told Dan, I was like, it feels really short today. But it was just they were moved. They were removed.
I think they moved them because it's soft.
See,
or something, because they do that a lot on the course.
What you can do, Joe, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when you enter your scores into the Gen app, you can change the tee box.
Yeah. I don't really care about my handicap much. But...
I know you don't. Telling you I told Jeremy today, because the U.S. Mid-Am qualifier was out at Spanish Trails today.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and I told Jeremy, I said, I should be on your bag, and we should be out walking the fairways right now.
I know. I would have liked to do that for sure.
I mean, 2 under made it.
I just don't pay attention to events coming up. Yeah. So next time you see it, let me know. I'm down.
Well, you couldn't do it because your handicap doesn't allow you, because you don't have a low enough index, because you don't post your fucking scores.
Well, if I did post my scores, it would be higher than it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. But 4 under won and medaled, and then there was 2 guys at 2 under that made it.
Was that a sectional thing, or is that like if you win that you're in?
Yeah,
if you sectional.
If you win that you're in.
Because
I thought they posted it saying sectionals.
Oh,
well, because
I know the U.S. amateurs like that.
Well, this is the mid-am, a little different.
Yeah,
but Andrew only played in one event last year and won it and got in.
Probably because the fields are smaller, because there's no college kids in these ones.
Yeah, no college kids. But there's still a ton of guys that make it. I think it was 166 or whatever that made, or maybe 186. I have to check and see, because they
next year
full fields at 2 courses. So
what does your handicap have to be at for that one?
2.4 or lower.
Yeah,
3.4. It's something like that. It's a little higher for the mid-am than the US-am.
Okay. Maybe a good goal for next year.
Like 1 point something, or
the
under 1. Or
the am it's low. You got to be good, but it's not great. But ideally, that's a goal that I would love to try and ascertain, is to get good enough that I can go play in one of those.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Might be a good goal for next year.
Yeah. So Look at Jeremy's falling asleep on us. Good grief.
I know.
All right, we can wrap it up. Sad news that I had, Cyrus let me know that what Joe was saying was in fact true, that TBC Summerlin is a lottery system. And they were like, you're a new member, go away.
Good luck.
Really?
Yeah. It's a blind lottery, and he's like, you have no balls in the lottery because you're so new. You haven't even played the course yet.
Jeez.
As far as a new member. So not going to be doing that, but there's always next year. And then we're going to talk about the Georgia trip, but we're running late. So Joe, let's go over the odds for the FedEx St. Jude Championship round 1 of the FedEx Cup, and make our picks.
Yeah, St. Jude, your favorites: Rory McIlroy 10-1, Xander 14-1, Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, Cam Smith 16-1, Patrick Cantlay, John Rahm 18-1, Will Zalatoris, Matt Fitzpatrick, Tony Finau 20-1, Jordan Spieth 25-1, Colin Morikawa, Cameron Young 28-1, Sam Burns, Victor Hovland, Sam Burns is 30-1, Victor Hovland, Sung Jae 33-1. Joo Hyun Kim, Shane Lowry, Hideki 35-1, Billy Horschel 45-1, Terrell Hatton, Joaquin Niemann 50-1, Max Homa 55-1, Cam Davis 75-1, Adam Hadwin 100-1, Mito Pereira 100-1, Jason Day 125-1, Tringali 150-1. Kuchar 175-1, and then we'll go all the way down at the bottom. 401.
Duffner,
Vincent Hualey and Peter Malnati, co-owner of Malnati Pizza in Chicago.
All right, Jeremy and I tied, but I'm ahead of him in the standings, so I'm going to go first. And my pick is Sam Burns at 30-1. Jeremy, are you going with Spieth?
Yeah, I'm going Max Homa.
Ooh.
55-1. I'm going to go Cam Young 28-1.
Wow, so all of us going deep on the odds. 28, 30, and 55. Hey, I mentioned it earlier, but everybody please go listen to the latest episode of the Fried Egg. They had somebody on there, like I said, they were talking about the playoffs. I was hoping to get into that a little bit tonight because they had some great thoughts. I'll just highlight one thing, and then you guys can listen to that episode and let us know what you think. But the gentleman was suggesting the championship should be 8 guys, double elimination match play to determine the champion. And I thought that was brilliant. I think that would be an absolutely fantastic way. And he goes, so the top 8, you got Scotty Scheffler, Cameron Smith, Sam Burns, Xander Schauffele, Patrick Cantlay, Rory McIlroy, Tony Finau, and Justin Thomas. Do you imagine those guys playing a double elimination match play?
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be amazing television.
Mm-hmm.
And some really great ideas they had. I thought it was a great episode. So go listen to that if you can. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, Joe. Want to take us home?
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in once again. New platform we're recording on. So.
Oh wait, here.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Hey, hopefully get some sponsorship dollars from that one. Trying to get that Joe Rogan money as always. So tell your friends, tell your homies, tell your girl. We do this every week, dropping Wednesdays at 5 a.m. Pacific time. And yeah, hope you love the game like we do. Peace.
Later.